I Represent Radio. Now, it's the first Gully B show of 2021, and I'm going to bring in arguably the biggest dancehall artist in Jamaica right now, in the world right now. It's the Fresh Prince of East Side, Mr. Universe himself, Skillibeng. How you doing? It's so good to have you here on the show, man. First show of 2021, so I'm so glad we can bring you on here today.
Yeah, my G.
Yeah, man. Well, for a start, Happy New Year, man. It's quite a good thing because you're coming straight into the new year with a lot of new music and a lot of good things happening right now, right?
Yes, and we've been doing a lot of things and a lot of good music.
Well,
and up until now, is it?
We've had so much new music coming from you in the last week alone because already, like, you've not stopped. Like, we'll be jumping into talking more about it in a minute, but you dropped 35 songs off your new Skilltape, The Prodigy, last month in December. So I want to jump into all that in a minute, man. But like, not only that, you've still got time to bring out new songs. You've got a brand new Crocodile T freestyle called Crocodile Shark. So, you know, how is your work ethic so strong right now? How are you just constantly in the studio?
Yeah. I mean, 365 days a year I'm available with the studio because I mean, music is my life and it's a devotion I have to music. And it's just it become a pattern to me daily when I just have to record and keep producing music and better music. Is it?
Man, and you definitely have been, because 2020, the rest of the world thought 2020 was such a terrible year, but it wasn't for you, man. It was a good year for Skillibeng in 2020, am I right?
I mean, music don't really affect people like people daily doing. People have to listen to music. Music was just a thing where I have to constantly build for people ears. It's not, you not build music for anything else. You build music for people ears and for people listen to. So I mean, COVID wasn't an obstacle for me in terms of creating music. You see me I say? So it was easy. Said way, I'm just continue work and just never stop work because at that time I work. So
looking back at this time last year, everyone was starting to talk about Skillibeng because of the massive hit Brick Pun Brick. And since then, your trajectory has looked like the COVID cases. They've matched the same upward stream at the moment because everyone is talking about Skillibeng. As soon as I told people that we were doing this interview, everyone is like, that is the hottest artist in dancehall right now. Everyone is talking about Skillibeng. So how has that trajectory felt for you from kind of, you know, it happened very quickly. How is it that rise to fame in dancehall happened so quickly, and how did it feel for that to happen?
I mean, it happened through hard work. And I mean, this not really have no kind of big effect upon Skillibeng because I mean, Skillibeng knows that this is just the first phase of his career where he need for maintain this level of hotness and this level of work. And I mean, when I make it bother me in terms of I make it get me misleaded, you know, I have to keep a focus. So that is how I really feel the whole of this hotness and everything we're going for Skillibeng right now. You see?
Well, it's definitely worked well, man, because I see that you've also recently signed your publishing to Sony ATV, which is probably the biggest publishing company in the world right now. So how has that kind of been for you to be kind of seen as more than just a dancehall artist? So you're going to be becoming the international global career. Like how does it feel to know that very soon, once COVID's over, you're going to be flying all around the world?
I mean, I feel elated and, you know, give thanks to my supporters because if I never from my supporters and my listeners, they were kind of devoted to me. It wouldn't reach this far, so big up to the whole East Side fans. Everybody will support East Side, all who go on like them not listen East Side, big them up steady because I mean them play a big part in my career. You see what I say? So
it's definitely gone well, man. And because I've just seen you posing as well on Christmas Eve with a brand new BMW X6. So tell me, man, like how are the toys of the career? How have the wins been treating you?
I mean, I buy more bike than vehicle still. But you know, them things they just life really, when I understand enjoy life. I mean, them things they really mean a lot to it. I mean, them things that for just make us see which part we're there, which level we're there. And as I say, for just remind myself we can always do better and remind myself where I forward from. Is there?
It was definitely gone well here, man. So tell me about kind of your writing process in this one, because you bring out songs almost weekly at the moment. I remember when we first heard Brick Pon Prick, and then we had mad tunes coming straight off the back out. You had like 50 Bag, Crocodile, Teeth, and then you had your tribute to Pop Smoke as well on the Dior remix. And then recently we had Black Hero and Wayne J on this show, and they were saying how great it was to link up with you in the Young Boss remix. So like, when do you start writing songs? Do you just hear a beat first, or have you got like a whole, pad full of tunes that you're ready to roll with?
Yeah, this is one of the most frequent question asked to Skillibeng, because everybody interested in now my pattern, how I create music, is it? And it's a natural task for me. It's not a thing I choose. Most of the time I freestyle.
So it just comes straight off the back for you like that?
Most of the time I freestyle. Now for time I'm right. And most of the time I freestyle. I just listen to the beat and go off of the beat. Get the inspiration from the beat and then put what I get from that on the beat, is it?
Yeah, man. Well, it's definitely for me. That's why I'm such a fan of your music, because before I was DJing reggae, dancehall, soca music, I was a hip hop fan, and your lyrical content and your delivery reminds me of the straight off the back of the hip hop greats that you hear back in like the 90s. I can hear how you've obviously taken kind of inspiration from that, as well as hearing that kind of true Jamaican sound as well. So even on the Prodigy mixtape that you just dropped, you had 35 tracks on that, and each one's very different, but at the same time you still got that fast lyrical flow that only Skillibeng can do. So how did you craft that sound? Like, what were the influences for you that helped you get to where you are today?
It was just a next self-given task to myself for kind of outrage even myself to build something new. And that's what I execute. I said that's exactly what Skillibeng execute. Me to give myself that task for kind of build a sound where nobody not really go with her. You see I said, because at the end of the day, for be the best, it takes a whole heap, you see me? And me really available, or even put myself to the task for try or do that, you see me I say? So even Vybz Kartel, I usually listen a lot of Vybz Kartel music, and Vybz Kartel is the king of dancehall, and that's the music where Skillibeng career bloom from. That's the era. Vybz Kartel music is the era from where Skillibeng music create from. So that make it even harder for Skillibeng come with a fresh style where people would take on to like the next big thing. You see me I say? So it was a lot of work and hard work in the studio.
Well, man, it's definitely come to an incredible pot of talent at the moment that you've been delivering, because it's funny that you're saying about like, how you had influences from like Vybz Kartel, especially like when you were in your formative years when you were writing the music. So how did it feel for Cartel to bring you onto the track Bad Girl off Dons and Divas album? Like, what was that like for you as someone who had looked up to Cartel before to now work alongside him?
That was kind of unexpected, because it wasn't really a team-to-team link-up. It was kind of a Vybz Kartel link Skillibeng kind of something. So, but I kind of feel surprised at the moment when him they link me and say, yo, Ray, so you don't know. I just put my best towards the beat and know say, yo, I'm an inspiration me I work with, and me have to just make the best out of it. And that song do very well. You see, big up to Tommy Lee with it on the track too.
Yeah, man. Honestly, your collaboration game has been absolutely incredible, because of course you were on the Popcaan mixtape as well earlier on this year. So on Have It, like, so how are these kind of like, really, if you think about it, a year ago Brick Pon Brick was like the first sort of like, I say, the big explosion. That's definitely over here in the UK what turned our heads, and we even had it playlisted here on Represent Radio back when it came out last year as well. So how is your collaboration sort of strategy all about? Do you just have the opportunities of artists reaching out to you, or do you have like a list of, I want to work with that artist, and you kind of plan a project from that?
No, most of the people that were Skillibeng collaborate with are people who are interested in a Skillibeng. So yeah, most people where Skillibeng collaborate with are people that interested in my sound.
Yeah.
Most of them. You see me say so. Would I say 98% of the collaboration them people reach out to Skillibeng.
Wow, man, because that's got to be pretty incredible already. Because your career, I feel, is to still, I'd say, almost in its infancy, really, and you're already the most talked about dancehall artist in the world right now. Everyone that I know, especially here in the UK, when you say like, yo, who's the hottest dancehall artist right now in the world, they're saying Skillibeng. And the output that you've been putting out has been incredible. And I want to talk about the brand new mixtape, The Prodigy. So how long did this body of work take to create? How long have you been planning to do the Skilltape, The Prodigy?
That project was kind of easy for Skillibeng because, I mean, a lot of tracks was even missing from the mixtape. I still had plenty of tracks which I could have put on the mixtape and them never really have space to go up on the mixtape. I mean, you know? So it was just a thing where natural. But I just try put as much song as possible going through recording every day, you know?
Yeah, man. Well, there's a whole heap of styles on there as well. Like, it's more than just dance, so you kind of got like trap beats on there as well that you just execute perfectly. So, do you have a favorite song off The Prodigy? Because there's 35 tracks on there. There's quite a lot to pick from. Do you have one that you really love more than any other?
Not really, because sometimes my mind changes and to a different favorite. I mean, it's just a whole body of work I just love.
Yeah, man, because I've been going through them, and because of the different styles and the different flows and things like that, it's hard to pick a favorite. I think for me right now, my favorite is salsa. That's just the feel-good kind of vibe on salsa on that one. But you got to say, How Life's Sweet, Bin Laden, Not. These are all huge tracks as well. Because Not went to #1 on the Jamaican trending in 5 days on YouTube, right? So when you create that song at first, did you know that you were onto a hit from that?
Yeah, but even because of the music video, how we execute the music video, because the music video was like a live performance kind of something where the fans kind of miss. So I mean, nobody did that. Nobody did that kind of like for an official music video, and that's what really carried the song. Because, you know, the song is a whole vibe for itself, but the music video kind of have a different approach to everything. The music video kind of bring it up to a different level because that is kind of a live vibe and everybody wants to go to a stage show or miss the vibes from a stage show. So that's where the inspiration from that music video forward from. And
it's definitely what we loved here in the UK as well, man, because it is freezing cold weather out here in the UK right now. Just to be watching that video, seeing that like street party vibes kind of like levels in it, that's just the thing that uplifts everyone here in the cold weather of the UK. It's a real dancehall culture right there.
Is it? Yeah, man. And that's where we go off a straight, man, for kind of bring the culture across to as much other cultures as possible and just get Jamaica involved in the world a little bit more, because I mean Jamaican culture is loved by a lot of people, most of the people around the world, and Jamaican culture is replicated a lot of places in the world. Even most of the places in the world, people replicate Jamaica culture. So I mean, for us kind of get in tune with other countries more, for us execute and show it with culture and make them feel like they're a part of our culture too.
Definitely. Because I was even watching a recent interview with Busta Rhymes, and he said it clear as day as well, because if it wasn't for Jamaica, even hip-hop music would not exist, because the first people in New York to create hip-hop music was DJs like Kool Herc, and they had a whole big stack of speakers with a MC on there, DJ playing a selector up on there, and that's from Jamaican culture, which then birthed hip-hop in New York in the 1970s. So if it wasn't for Jamaica, we wouldn't even have hip-hop music. So it was so good to hear that you almost had a hip-hop flow on tracks like My Gun, Grumpy, and tracks like that on this one. So I read recently that you actually studied very hard at school and you've done very well in English literature and English. Do you feel as if that has had an impact on your writing style? Because even your vocabulary as a writer and a performer is far beyond anyone else right now. Do you feel that was an influence in your writing?
Yeah, it has a big influence on my writing, but not as much as my imagination. Skillibeng as a very broad imagination, we kind of help him in terms of the execute even my metaphors and all my say words. So I mean, literature plus my imagination do a bag of thing.
Definitely, man, because it's the one thing that I've been listening to the whole 35 tracks from the Prodigy mixtape in my car for the last 2-3 weeks since it dropped in December, and just hearing that kind of like back-to-back flow, like it's not you managed to like merge each line of the lyrics into the next line, and it kind of constant goes on a flow. And I haven't really seen anyone else in dancehall doing that at the moment. I feel as if that is the Skillibeng sound that everyone wants right now. And there's a whole heap of features on the album as well, and I know that on the mixtape, and I know that you've been working with these guys in the past. So just to name a few, we've had like Tommy Lee on there, you've got Prince Swanee, you've got Dre Island, Popcaan is on there with Pre. But what I like is how you use the different artists on different styles well. For example, if you listen to High Times with Dre Island, that's very different to Bin Laden with Tommy Lee. So what is it that makes you want to try those different styles? And then how do you pick the next artist to work with on those tracks?
I mean, it's not how, it's just why. And I mean, the Island, as you can see, is an unruly person, because I'm a part of the unruly camp, as well as Popcaan. You see what I say? Trinidad, love Skillibeng, so big up to Trinidad. So that's why I'm even have to reach out to a couple of Trinidad artists, them way love dancehall music and I penetrate dancehall music and see the future in a dancehall music. And I do that crossover thing there with Trinidad and Jamaica. So big up to Boy, big up to Prince Swanee from Trinidad. So that's all my collaboration them forward along. It's just who interested in the artist. Yeah, who interested in a Skillibeng, my work with.
Man, well, I'm glad that the top tier artists right now, they're smart enough to know that having Skillibeng with them is the thing to do. So I'm so glad to see them feature on your project as well, because the whole thing is just great for the culture. It's great for dancehall music. And I'm so glad that we get to play it here in the UK, especially the brand new single, Bad Man, off of the new mixtape. So how did you kind of come to picking that one as one of the title songs, as one of the focus songs off of the mixtape?
It was easy because almost every girl love Bad Man though. And that I say, and the first one constantly, yeah, that says she love Bad Man. So that song that was just an easy pick for Skillibeng.
Well, I'll be jumping into that one very soon because it's a huge tune. But before we do, it's the Gully B show here on Represent Radio. And one thing we always do on the show is we have the guest artists to pick their 5 songs that helped influence them, things that they love, things that are important to them. And I need to throw it to Skillibeng. We need to know, what were the songs, especially in your formative years with music and recently, that you just absolutely love, that have helped kind of, they hold important memories to you. Do you want to have a first song to introduce here?
Yeah, man, the first song I'm going to introduce Vybz Kartel, Money Isn't All.
Now, I know you're a big Vybz Kartel fan. You've worked with him on his last album as well. So what are you going to go for as your second pick here?
Yeah, with another Vybz Kartel. I don't know, he said I gotta go to the next Gaza right now. The next Gaza where I go with a Miami Vice episode.
So what was it like listening to Vybz Kartel in the early years for you? Like, as a UK guy, obviously we know how important he was in Jamaica at the time. So what was it like when you were kind of growing up and Vybz Kartel was performing and he was still putting out a lot of music, well, he still is today, but what was it like in that era?
Yeah, Vybz Kartel was kind of a mentor to me, even though at first when I usually listen to Vybz Kartel, at first when I listen to Vybz Kartel, I never know him, but through music, very motivational. What go on some youth?
So with that in mind then, as Cartel is a big influence, what do you want to go for as your third pick in the top 5 today?
Yeah, Vybz Kartel, can't test.
Yo, Skillibeng, how do you want to go for in the 4th pick today?
Is it? I don't say my 4th pick a Popcaan. Well,
that is the Unruly Boss right there. Absolutely loving that tune. I'm actually wearing a Popcaan t-shirt right now. I don't know if you see that. But yeah, man. That was a huge tune with Skillibeng that he just picked there for his 4th pick. Skillibeng, what was it? When was the first time you heard that track? Do you have an early memory of first hearing that tune?
Yeah, them time that I mean, Popcaan was in a pinnacle in career them time. They were not in a pinnacle in career, and I'm pinnacle, I'm rising point time in my career. And you know, it was just a huge moment for Skillibeng, because for us, Popcaan is a center mass artist, and they don't know with that, give him the energy that them time they don't know for us see him execute and reach heights. We did just believe in him to an extent, you know. So that was kind of a good memory for Skillibeng, is it?
Definitely, man. And I feel as if the way that people were reminiscent of Popcaan and Cartel in their rising stages, just as they were like blowing up, I feel as if people are talking about you right now in that same way. Like I see you definitely in like your career is like in the same sort of pathway as Vybz Kartel, in the same way of the global recognition and respect. Like as I've said, everyone right now is saying who is the hottest artist in dancehall. Everyone right now is saying Skillibeng. So it's good that you can kind of see that, like, you know, what Popcaan has kind of done for the culture as well. I want to make sure you know, man, you do know that you are on that same pathway. People are seeing you in the same way they see Cartel and Popcaan right now in the world.
Is it? And I mean, because Skillibeng really I get for travel go places. I mean, I can't get for experience the love physically, but through social media and all of that, I can see the people that take on to Skillibeng career, and I mean, give thanks for your love straight, and but also want to say again, be a love to the East Side fandom. I said the people that support me and help me reach to that level here, because if I never for them and them ears and them brain, we can listen. And see Skillibeng kind of different in terms of sound, execution, and lyrics, everything.
Absolutely,
you know?
man.
So,
well, you're definitely one of the most exciting vocal talents out of Jamaica right now. Like, or even, I'd say even in the last 15, 20 years, I've not heard another artist like you. So what are you going to do to close off your top 5 today on the Gully B Show? What's the final tune you want to draw for?
Is it the final tune? I don't know. Popcaan, Good Times.
And that was Popcaan with Good Times, and that's what we need right now. 2021, we need to have loads of good times, and Skillibeng has helped kick off 2021 with some good times as well, because you are just releasing music back to back right now, man. Like, I know recently you've done a new freestyle called Crocodile Shark as well. What was the influence for you to do this new freestyle on Crocodile?
You know, it was just a link up between me and an actor from the cast from Power. I don't know, we was 22 that time, producer name. And him remake the Crocodile teeth with him, the instrumental, but him do it a drill way, and me kind of like it. Some of us do a freestyle on it same time, and him say him love it. So we just ask the fans if they want it on my IG, and them say, yo, drop it now. Some of us drop it on my YouTube, and I mean, it was just a whole new vibe again.
It was a wicked vibe on that one. I love the faster beat, man. It sounds wicked, and just again your lyrical delivery.
It's even a 1 minute freestyle, and the people them can look out for a taller version of the song with the music video. Wow. So East Side, look out for that.
Cannot wait to see that one, man. And right now, I want to ask you kind of what would be your top tips for new artists? Because I would say in the last 2 years, only 2 years ago, I would still say you were still quite a new artist, really. And since then, you're already the top guy in the game right now. What was your tips for new artists who start music to kind of hit the same trajectory that you have?
I mean, it's easy to give them advice, but at the end of the day, is a thing where them have to execute. Because it's easy for me to tell them, but everybody I got really pay attention to what I say, or even try to execute it. So it all begin with them as a person for up and go feet. So I say, so it's a thing where I just tell them for continue really interested in anything with them do, any career path, for as long as them interested for continue do what them do and pay attention to what them do and try to learn to get better. And I mean, you can't get better if you just sit down. You have to do it.
Yeah, man. Well, that's
the more you do it, the better you get.
Definitely, man. You've proven that time and time again, because you know your career It's still like I'd say at the starting point, but already you're the top guy in the game right now. So for any artist, listen to Skillibeng because the strategy definitely has worked for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Right, well, I'm going to jump into the brand new single off of the Skilltape, The Prodigy, and that is with the brand new song called Bad Man. I want to jump into this one because this is the track that everyone needs to hear right now, and I encourage everyone to check out the whole Prodigy mixtape. But until then, Skillibeng, what can we expect from the future? What's coming in 2021 from you?
I mean, a whole lot of music. A whole lot of music I've heard from the artists, and I mean, a bag of music video to good quality music videos, because that are the next stage of Skillibeng career now. I want to start execute some cinematic kind of stuff. Not even cinematic, even better graphics, better coloring, better everything in terms of music video, better. Just a better look.
Wicked, man. Well, we can't wait for that one. Guys, make sure you check out the whole Skillibeng, Skilltape, The Prodigy right now. 35 tracks. It's absolutely incredible. But we're going to jump into one of the brand new singles off of the mixtape with Bad Man. Let's get into this one. Skillibeng, thank you so much for passing by the Gully B show and represent Radio State. It's an honor to have you on the show and kicking off 2021.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Gully B.